Earlier, I uploaded a video where I talked about the best plugins or extensions for Premiere, but I didn't include one, and I wanted to make a separate video for it because, for me personally, this is one of the best plugins, if not the best. Plus, it has a section that's completely free. I should mention that it might have some paid features, but that's just for people who really need certain products or things. I'll show you what I mean, but honestly, this plugin is really good even with just its basic version. I'm talking about AA Juice, or however you pronounce it. Basically, it's a plugin available for both Premiere and After Effects, and I think that's really great. What they have is that, for example, in Premiere Composer or Horse, I think that was the other one, which are also extensions for Premiere. They have a lot of options in their basic version, but in some ways, they limit you, and they don't have all these options that we can access, which I'll show you soon. It's phenomenal. But anyway, if we want to install this, we go to Free Plugins at the top, and it will load a new page. This page is available for both Windows and Mac, and all these plugins are compatible with After Effects and Premiere from 2015, 2017, etc. So here, we're just going to download for Windows, which is this option right here. If you happen to have a Mac, you can click to download from Mac. We're going to put in an email address because, well, it's like a request. I'll just put in any email address and simply check that I accept all the terms and conditions. As soon as I click download up here in the top right, the installer starts downloading literally. This is it right here. All I need to do is open this file and double-click on the installer. Or if you want, you can unzip it and then double-click to open it. But let's wait for it to load. You might see a black screen, but it's asking for permissions, so I'll click yes. If you get a permission prompt, just click yes. And here it says welcome, so we'll click next, and here we'll accept the agreement, which is this one here. If you want, you can read it. We click next, and here it's important to select what you want the program for. For example, here's After Effects, but Premiere is also here, and this video is focused on Premiere, so I'll leave all the options checked. I'll click next to install it by default, and just let it install. Once it's done, we'll click Finish, and now we're going to open Premiere. So let's open Premiere here, and I'll show you. Oh, sorry to interrupt the video, but I wanted to remind you that if you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe. We're just going to create a new project, whatever project you want. I'll give it any name. I called it Plugin Test, and I'll just click Create. I downloaded 2 little videos from Pexels so you can see what we're going to do with this plugin. To open it, we're going to go to the top where it says Window, then to Extensions, and here we see these options. I have Motion Pro and Premiere Composer, but honestly, the most complete one so far seems to be this one here. I'm going to show you both the free and paid features because I personally have the paid version too since I think it's super good. You'll see. We just have to wait for it to load. We need to wait for the starter pack to download, which is like the initial free version. Look at everything it includes. Let's just take a quick look. I'll zoom in a bit more here, but basically it includes all this. It has liquid elements to play with all the explosion effects and transitions like slides, liquid transitions too, meaning it has graphics that move and replace the screen, and then graphic shapes like little arrows and all that. They also have what they call monstrous transitions. Then, something I personally love is when we're talking about a topic like this, I just double-click, and it starts loading, and I'll get an animated flat icon. It's not 3D, and all I have to do is wait for it to load. As you can see, it gives me a super animated icon without me having to do anything. It's really cool. Look how it appears. So, let's say I'm talking about a really nice location, but then I add another little effect, like saying this costs so many dollars. So I'll just put another icon here that's a $sign. I'll move it over here, and look how great this looks. So now we have the location icon, and I'm saying welcome to this super nice sea that costs $5,000 or something like that. I think it's really good. Well, we have more icons, more graphic elements. Then these are like animated backgrounds, so when we don't know what to put in the background or if we don't have a video, we can use these. For example, it's as easy as selecting it and double-clicking. So I double-click, and it starts downloading the element I've used. Wait for import. Use a gradient for graphics. Welcome to this video on global locations and prices. Everything fits. Use typography backgrounds and drag and drop titles. Download, edit, and customize in the graphics panel. Change welcome to green, adjust the gradient, and switch colors like blue to yellow. It's customizable. See how it all makes sense? We have backgrounds with typography. Open the graphics panel. Text is editable. Customize everything. The background gradient has an effect. Change colors, see the change. It's customizable. Effects, transition side to side. Creativity is the limit. Change the color to green. It doesn't look great, but you can customize everything. The background gradient has a moving effect. Remove the top layer to avoid weighing it down, creating a transforming color effect. Change colors easily, like blue to yellow. It's customizable. Titles are user-friendly, and for effects like a survivor hit, it brings the transition from one side to the other. It's a basic transition, suitable for survivors. More graphic elements are available, limited only by creativity. I can use this, and someone might ask, what do you do with that? It's just lines, so I open it, wait for it to import. It lasts very little, so I duplicate it to make it last longer. I can add. The titles are user-friendly, allowing for simple effects like survivor hits, with basic transitions. Creativity is the only limit, with available graphic elements. You can duplicate elements to extend duration or add text. Transitions enhance videos with cinematic effects. Distortion adds an old-school vibe. Adjusting blending modes creates cool effects. Many effects and sound packs are available, including a YouTube theme that requires payment. It's just lines, so I come here, open it, and we wait again for it to import, and I hope it shows up here. For example, it lasts very little, so I just duplicate it several times to make it last a bit longer. I can even add dates here, so I come here and see if it lets me put text here. It's not letting me. Let's see, now it did. So here I can put like a 2, move this 2 over here just to make it visible. So, for example, if I'm making a video guessing what sequence this has, I can use it like this, and it's already giving me the animation. In fact, I can render this part so it looks good when I visualize it. So, as you can see, we already have an animation created without having to do anything, just putting the numbers, and it looks good. And there are tons of other things. Like I said, I can show you everything on top to give effects to the videos. For example, this transition here, we're going to use it between these two videos. Let's put these transitions here. So for example, let's use this one. Once we put it, it looks something like this, see? I mean, it's super cool, really awesome, and obviously, there are more transitions like this if you want to try them out. We have the whole topic of generating effects. Look at these XS, and this Neo thing seems really cool, especially the split screens for cinematic effects and urban transitions. For example, we can make it look like a car is passing by. So we can do the same here. Look at this effect. A lot of people search for it and can't find it. And here it is in a way that I just have to click twice, import it, arrange it, and done. Look, it's literally awesome. I can set up 2 streets to create a transition or place a person on the left like they're about to get hit by a car, and then the car passes and takes them away, and a new scene appears. It's super cool. For the video to have that old school effect and all that, you can add distortion on top of the video. And look how it completely changes the cinematic look when I add these things. And if I add that effect I just showed you, the screen will go black with this effect moving up and down, which honestly doesn't make much sense, but like I said, the limit is your imagination. So, all you have to do is select the video, come here to the effects, remove this from here, and go to the blending mode and set it to screen, and look at what it generates. See? It creates an effect over the video, and it looks super cool. So, all these effects we can use, and obviously, I didn't show everything in depth because there are many more things. If you want, you can go to the little house up here on the left, and you'll find all the free sound packs and more graphic effects. There are also sounds here if you want to use them. And if you want any of the other products, you can use all of these that are here. I'm just going to show you one that's super viral, which is the YouTube theme, and here it is. The payment for this one is actually required, so you would have to pay for it. If you click download, it will later show you that you need to make a payment to use these options in a more advanced way. Let's say I want to use one of these effects, like a preset end screen. I can change the colors myself. I just come here and select this one, double-click it, and it gets added. In this case, since I haven't bought it, it tells me to purchase it. If I click buy now, it automatically redirects me to the Adobe page, and I'll leave that link in the video description so you can go and buy it. You just open the cart, and I actually have a discount code that's showing on the screen, which is T for Technosphera, C for Karo, and for Naruto, 110. That's the code, and it's appearing on the screen. You come here to the promo code dropdown, just put it in there, and it gives you a 10% discount if you want, and you can buy it with Google Pay or a card, whatever you prefer. But let me show you what this pack is like. So, let's say you're here in the extension, you've already bought this pack, and you've logged in. Let's say I want to tell you to subscribe to a video or to like it and hit the bell. I double-click this option here, this lower tier, so to speak, and it's completely customizable. It's going to start loading, and it appears here. Let's remove this from the bottom so it's a bit clearer. There it is. I can modify it, make it bigger, make it smaller, move it anywhere. I can put it at the bottom. I can put it to the left. In this case, for example, I'm going to put it right here in the center so people can see it. I select it again, open the Essential Graphics window, and I can change it here. One of the problems I have is that, for example, this is in English and my audience speaks Spanish. So I put subscribe and then it turns out that when you click it, it shows subscribed. Here I can change the logo. Let's say I don't like the color of the hand, so I'll change it to another color. When I click like, it should show a red color. As I said, we can change it to be much bigger or much smaller. That depends on how big you want it to be. You have to be careful because if you make it too big, as you can see, it gets misaligned. Alright, there we go, subscribe, and now we have it much bigger, and we can see it better. Regarding this red line, if it doesn't load well, just select everything, render it, render that little piece so the line appears in green, and you can see the effect well. Because if we leave it like this in red, it's going to cause some issues when playing it. Alright, it's processed, and it would look like this. Look, subscribe, like, and hit the bell. Of course, look, subscribe, it changes, excellent, and then hit the bell. Easy as that. I just had to change the titles. I can actually save one of these lower tiers as a default tool so I don't have to keep changing the text, which I think is fantastic for those who want to start on YouTube. Look, also so that a logo comes up, transitions that are very YouTuber style. So you also have titles like end credits from movies, reminders for people to follow you in the comments, so people leave a comment here. Or if you're doing a Q&A video, you can put these things like someone asked me about this, and it directly shows who asked you and all that. It personalizes really well. So remember, I'll leave the links in the description so you can use the free options or the paid ones. Later on, I want to show you what I acquired, which is a license for a bundle. What a bundle means is that I get many packs for one price. Everything you see here, all of this I bought, so I can use all of this. I'm going to bring you a video for each of these things that appear here so you can see them and make the most of it if you want to buy it. If you want it, let me know in the comments, and I'll bring you a video on Whiteboard, which is really good because it brings us animations directly. In fact, you'll see animations like text drawings where a person appears. Look at this. We can customize everything. So I'm going to bring a video for each of these things so you can see them before acquiring them. Or if you want to buy the complete bundle, you can do that. So with that said, if you made it this far in the video, leave a thumbs up in the comments if you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.